Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. This is Acid Light here. Evo 2021 is right around the corner and it's free to enter. I know it's not the same thing as offline, but we got to make do with the way the world is right now. So let's just be optimistic and happy that we do have a major tournament that we can compete in for free, despite the fact that it is online. And for Tekken 7, it is on the PC, which is the primary reason I actually want to kind of give you guys a little bit of advice here to hopefully not have you have the same experiences that I had when I first started going to my first offline tournaments. And yes, my experience for this primary was coming from offline tournaments, so from that perspective it is a little bit different, but I do think you still will probably have the issue here. And yeah, I could say things like make sure you practice your combos and, you know, get your throw breaks down, make sure they're crisp and all that other cool stuff, get your KB downs, make sure that's, you know, blah 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 blah. Yes, that is important for practicing for a major tournament, but you should know that that's not what I'm here for. What I'm here for right now for this video is to tell you that playing on monitor / PC is very, very different than playing on what I feel like a lot of people play on. It's like their PS4 and their regular television, the TV. And it's so different. Actually, let me clarify, take that a step up. Playing on monitor is very different than playing on TV. That's really what I'm trying to say. And it's so different that when I went to my first local major, and the crazy thing is I didn't even put two and two together because nobody talks about this. I'm gonna say that again. Nobody talks about this. So I had no clue why when I was playing offline, it felt like I was playing in pure lag. I was like, wait a minute, what is this? Is the game is it broken? I was so shocked. I was like, it's smoother online. This doesn't make any sense. And then basically, I think I went to 2 offline majors and then to Evo. And I finally had a talk with somebody and they told me, it was like, you know, and when I went to my locals, it's like, hey, it's because you're playing on TV versus on monitor. You either need to change your settings on TV or get a monitor, preferably get a monitor. And I was so shocked because, again, nobody told me this, so I had no clue. So I'm playing and it feels like lag offline. That's a crazy experience when all you hear is how offline is better than online. Now, I've also heard that part of the issue is that well, I mean, I don't know if it's true or not, but I have heard that it could also be related to the PlayStation. Now, don't have any research to back that up. I can say that when I started playing on monitor on my PC, I did notice a very clear difference, very similar to when I was playing on my offline locals. And I had to make it a habit of doing that, you know, a good amount before I went to any local majors so that I was more fluent. And honestly, if there were not so many more ways to cheat on Tekken online PC, I would just play online PC because the netcode is better on PC, hands down, at least in my experience, hands down, it is better. But for the most part on PlayStation, I just only have to deal with pluggers, you know, which is annoying in itself. Whereas on PC, you have to deal with people that have, what it is, that auto block and auto throw breaks, like crazy macros, and you don't even know it half the time. So I'm good. I mean, I don't like stuff like that. I mean, the game is already a lot of work, which I don't mind in terms of learning, but I want it to be as fair as it can be, and I'd rather deal with a little more lag on PlayStation, you know, and the pluggers until, you know, they fix the PC stuff. But as soon as they fix it, I'm on the PC. Little digression there. My point is, if you are going to play and enter into Evo for Tekken 7, I suggest getting it. If you don't have it already on PC, getting it as soon as possible and playing as much as you can on your PC as soon as possible, because it is a little different there. In my humble opinion, at least in my humble experience, because I still play on PC a decent amount. I play more on PS4. It's kind of like 65-35, but I play Tekken a lot in general. So that 35% is a good amount of games on PC, and it is different. You know, the netcode is a little bit different, and playing on monitor is a little bit different. So I would just suggest, my main advice for this whole video is to get it as soon as possible and just get fluent with that at least 1 or 2 months out, so that you don't lose to the fact that it is different. You want to lose because your opponent's better, not because you're not used to playing on monitor. And this advice extends to when offline tournaments start back up, if you guys are going to play offline tournaments. My other advice, and this again may feel kind of like common sense, but when I went to my first local, I prep for popular characters. Same thing for Evo. I prep for popular characters. So, I prep to practice how to deal with like every Paul, try to cover all the situations for Paul and also for Brian and Kazuya and Jin. And I think at Evo I played Eliza, Yoshimitsu. I did play a Law, so that played a role. I think I played a lead too. I feel like those were like my first in round 1 or something like that. Then I ended up losing to a King Ice Cold Edge. Really cool player, great player. And he beat me from an experience perspective. Like, it went to final round and he baited out a Rage Art, and I remember he nodded his head like, got him. And I was thinking like, okay, I got to get better, because that was the experience there. Like, he got me in the heat of the moment. But yeah. So my point of that is to really just say, the game is massive. It's a lot of characters to practice against. So obviously play the popular characters, because they will be there. They will be, especially at a major thing like Evo, you will come across popular characters, but maybe grab 3-4 unpopular characters and try to just lab them to kind of increase your chances of having an idea how to fight against them if you come across them in a tournament. Obviously, if you have a full-time job, a family, a girlfriend, or whatever, and you have other responsibilities, then just do the best you can, because at the end of the day, this is just a game. But if you have the time, then I would say heed my advice in both of these aspects, and it'll make the experience a little bit better. Anyway, that is it. Done with this video. If you guys like the content, please consider liking, subscribing. All support, as I always say, is greatly appreciated. And I'm up and coming on Instagram. Consider checking me out over there. If you guys like Dead by Daylight, Mortal Kombat, Tekken, I got a lot of cool discussion posts and things like that, especially with the new Mortal Kombat movie coming up. Got a lot of arguing going on with a lot of things I'm posting over there. So check me out on that. This is Acid Light. You guys take care.